Awesome. Hey guys, I just want to thank you so much for just sacrificing just a few minutes out of your day to watch this video. It really does mean the world to me. And recently I've had a bunch of people going, Caleb, how do you make your YouTube videos? What exact process do you go through? What setup do you use? What editing software do you use? I've had quite a few people asking me these questions lately, and I decided, hey, let's just make a video out of it. I mean, it sounds like a really fun little project that I can do. So I decided, cool, let's do it. And so this is basically how I film my videos from the very start to the very end. And so if you've seen any of my YouTube videos in the past, you know that this is usually what you're going to be seeing. This is just my basic setup that I use for my movie reviews, for my news videos and stuff like that. And it's a very simple, basic setup that I use, and it's very effective in my opinion. I can get this setup done in like 5 to 10 minutes max. And it's really simple. It's just a camera on a tripod with one of my big lights behind it. I've been using this setup for quite a while now, and honestly, it gets the job done. It really does. In terms of equipment that I use for this, I got the lights from Broadcast Lighting. I don't remember what they are called, but I'll definitely leave a link in the description down below so you can access Broadcast Lighting's website. And when it comes to my camera, I use a Canon 750D. When it comes to audio, you can see I use this little guy here. And what's really nice about him is you don't need any additional mics or a zoom or anything like that. And I really didn't want to have to buy a zoom because those things are flipping expensive. And what's nice about this guy here is that he plugs right into your phone. And so of course you can't listen to the audio to make sure everything's okay, but you can keep checking up on it to see if it's peaking by any chance. This mic here, I've got its box over here. This is called a Boya BY-M1. I don't know, that'll probably help you when you're looking for it. But it was nice. It was really cheap in comparison to the other mics that I was looking at. And really, because it goes straight into your phone, it just makes transferring your data and audio so much quicker. So as I mentioned before, this is my really simple basic setup for my movie reviews and video essays. It's just this, and that's pretty much it. But if I am wanting to use an additional angle, a second angle, anything like that, I go to my cell phone as a backup. And I use this, which is really nice and swifty. I got this idea from my friend Ali actually. But he literally just bought himself a mini tripod with a cell phone adapter, and you can literally just plug in the phone right there, nice and simple. And then I just place them wherever I need to place them, and I can get my second angle. What I used to do is I used to literally just stack all of my books right next to my camera over here. And I just put my second angle there, just so I could get, you know, two cameras on the same angle in case for whatever reason this one died or that one died or anything. Another question people have been asking me a lot is how I get effects like this. And basically it's just like a cheap green screen ploy. The only problem is I don't actually have a green screen. What I use is I use a blue blanket, and I'll show you how I set that up quickly. Cool, so now you can see I've set up my makeshift green screen, blue screen blanket thingamabob. Usually I do have a second light set up over here to get rid of this really harsh shadow. You can see that's on the right hand side of me. And now it's just a matter of importing this footage into Premiere Pro. I select the blue using an Ultra key, and then I simply crop out this side here and sometimes a bit above my head. And now I'm wherever I want to be. I can be in a forest, I can be, let's say in a storm, I can be wherever I want to be, because I've been able to Ultra key out my background. Whereas in reality, I'm right back where I am, you know what I mean? It's just a nice, cool little trick. I've only used it a few times because I'm using the blankets and lights, and I'm not really the best at Ultra keying. You'll see that I'm definitely frayed on the outside. You can see that there's still a lot of little details around me that won't evaporate nicely. But it gets the job done. It really does get the job done. Well, I can tell you right now that continuity is probably so out right now because I've moved this camera and lights just like literally 10 times during this video alone. But talking about the light, people have asked me quite a bit, Caleb, is lighting really necessary in my videos? And right now I'll let you be the judge of that. I'm going to go turn this light off quickly. There we go, off. So what I've done is I've turned off my main light, I've left my bedroom light on, and I've opened up the window. So this is all natural light, and this is all the sun that's coming in now. And this is what it looks like when I don't have that big light on. And it's entirely up to you then if you're wanting to use natural lighting only, or, let me just turn this guy back on, if you're wanting to purchase yourself some additional lights like this, so your room is always nice and bright. It's entirely up to you. The reason I did in fact get the lights was because I can't always rely on natural lighting. And this becomes incredibly apparent when I do my movie reviews, because the majority of the movies I watch are 8 o'clock screenings, they're at night, so I can go after work. And then I get home in the middle of the night, there's no sun. So I ended up filming up a lot of my reviews in the dark, And if you watch my Captain Marvel one, you'll see that's exactly the case, and it really didn't look appealing at all. And so if you've watched any of my photography videos, you know I really like to use as much equipment as possible. I just find it to be a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable. And so some of the stuff I use also is this gimbal right here that I've attached my old phone to, and you can see he's turning on now. He should be popping up right there. We go. And basically what this guy does is he stabilizes the cell phone. So I can move my camera around like this, move it up, down. I can literally rotate it any direction I want. You can see there we go, he's busy turning. He's a little slow right now. He's busy turning around, and it just stabilizes the shot. So I can be moving around, I can go for a walk, I can go for a run, and everything is nice and stabilized. You won't get those doof, doof, doof. You won't get those hard, heavy steps. I also really like using this drone over here, which I will not be flying indoors because that is just a serious hazard. And I have flown this guy into so many trees. I've flown him off so many cliffs where I almost lost him entirely. But he's a lot of fun to use, and he's really, really cheap as well. So oh, and I made a review for those two pieces of equipment as well, because I actually bought them at the exact same time. I got the drone from my parents, I bought myself the gimbal, and I've actually got a review up on my channel, so I'll leave a link down to that below. So guys, now we're at the end of my filming process. So basically what I have to do now is I've got to now take the footage off of my camera, off of my cell phone and all of that wonderful stuff. I've got to start backing it up onto my hard drive, which I've got on my computer behind me, and then I can start editing it. So let's just jump right into that. Awesome, guys, I've already started importing all of the footage that we've taken today into Premiere Pro. I've already stored it all on the hard drive. It's just busy running through it all now. But basically what I'm going to be talking to you about is basically my editing process. Now, oh yes, and I'm in a onesie. The reason I'm in my onesie is just because I like to be comfortable when I edit and everything like that. So I'm usually in my pajamas or my gown, or of course my onesie. But generally what happens now is this is where I go through all of my footage. I cut what I didn't like, I import the music and stuff like that. I create the thumbnail as well. Usually what I do is I'll purposely, you know, at the beginning or the end of the video, I'll kind of go like, and then I'll just screenshot that and I'll use that in my thumbnail. And what I do is I'll go into Photoshop, I'll crop myself out, take that PNG, the transparent PNG, and put that into Illustrator, and then I'll start taking other elements in and I'll create the thumbnail. And I'll throw the thumbnail on the screen now just so you can see the end product that I've done through a combination of Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and Illustrator. But yeah guys, I think that's where I'm going to call the video now. I'm going to go start editing this so you guys can eventually watch this up on YouTube. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I actually enjoyed making it a lot more than I thought I would. But if you did enjoy it, please leave a like. Don't be afraid to subscribe. And honestly, if you learned anything new, then comment down below and let me know. And if you have any tips on how I can make my videos better, I'm always wanting to learn more. So if you have any tips, throw them down in the comments as well. You guys are awesome. I love you. See you soon.